Welcome to 91 Reasons, a pop culture-fueled rocket into the far reaches of nerd culture. Featuring your hosts, Jeff, Rachel, Luna, Austin, and Josie. It's Tucker time.
All right, Austin, take it away.
So, for many years now, I say years because we've heard about this for a long time, there's been a Sonic movie in production. We're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
And not a cartoon.
Not a cartoon.
Because Pokemon's had a bunch of movies.
Yes.
But only one coming out now is live action.
Yes.
And did they see them doing that and say, we have to do it too, or did it happen organically?
No, this has been in production hell for a long time. I've followed Sonic news, and at every panel, Sega would say, don't forget about the movie, because the movie's coming. And a lot of leakers from the industry, when leaking Sonic games, would always say, this game got rushed because of the movie, this game got shut down because it conflicted with the movie. This is something that's been in production for a long time. A live-action Sonic movie. There's been one image of a wing sitting on a table that they've been posting for years as like the teaser. And it was one of those things where I just thought, this is going to fizzle out at some point in time. This is never going to make it. Ever.
Right, well.
Because Nintendo announced an animated Mario movie about 4 years ago, and it doesn't look like that's actually happening.
Ridley Scott optioned Monopoly a decade ago.
And when it comes to video games, how long have we heard about Half-Life? And J.J.
Half-Life,
Portal, Monster Hunter,
Uncharted.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Like,
and when they finally do get to the screen, they're Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed's the one exception, yeah. One of these that actually got made, and it scared everybody. It canceled Sly Cooper, which also Ratchet and Clank helped cancel Sly Cooper too. The video game movies have not done well, basically. They've always been in production, they've always existed, but they've never gotten off.
Well, that's okay, because Tony Stark calls Rocket Ratchet.
Does he?
In the in-game movie.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're watching the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, and to me the most clever part is the Paramount logo with rings instead of stars. That's clever, right?
Yeah, that's clever.
And the noise, bling bling.
Once again, that was the graphic designer. That was nobody on set.
Yeah. Well, then the first shot is Green Hills.
Yes. So we open up. First off, let me just say, you've been on the internet. You know everybody hates this trailer. So I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to give this movie a chance. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Well, I'm the guy that went and saw John Carter. But John Carter was great.
I've divorced myself from Sonic. My past few Sonic experiences have been miserable. So I was dreading the day this was going to get released. And I almost thought about not watching it this morning. Like, I don't care. This is going to suck. Just let it come out and bomb. But after seeing the trailer, I don't hate it as much. Right from the start...
Does it look better than Detective Pikachu?
Detective Pikachu looks like it has a bit more heart and soul put into it. At least it's a different plot than the games. This kind of looks like Sonic poorly adapted to a movie. Because at least Detective Pikachu does not Pokemon. It's not...
Yeah, no, it's not Gotta Catch 'Em All.
That wouldn't work in a movie with the goofy hair and Team Rocket. We're not ready for that yet. They did something that would work for American audiences. So, for Sonic to take a concept that's very... What's the word I'm looking for? It's very, there's a word that's slipping. It's abstract. It's... What's the word?
Absurd?
No, not absurd, not abstract. It's esoteric. It's an esoteric idea. Good art school word. It's an esoteric idea. Right from the get-go, you can't have Green Hill Zone with the checkered and the palm trees in a live-action movie. That's an animated thing. That's a visual thing.
You could. I could point to a movie that breaks all the rules you're talking about.
What is it?
Speed Racer.
Exactly. That was Paramount, wasn't it?
I think it was 3 or 4 studios, because that was a very expensive movie.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the guy who brought up in a board meeting, we could do the checkers, we could CGI it, he probably got shot down by somebody that said, we're still on a loss from Speed Racer 10 years later.
Well, it probably said it's just cheaper to go out and film on a road.
Yes. I remember when they were filming, it was like 2 years ago, they were filming in, I want to say it was Pennsylvania, actually. People were getting notices that Hedgehog Studios, which was a fake studio, was filming.
Well, it's not very subtle.
I know. I actually like the Green Hill sign. I like how it says, welcome to Green Hills.
And there's a ring on top or a rainbow or something.
It's clever. That's very clever. That was a designer who had to work with what he was given.
We get a road. We get Sonic going at 760 miles an hour with Cyclops.
He holds up a strand of hair that's like electrocuted. I don't think that makes any sense because Sonic's shoes will give him his power, not his skin.
Well, no, not in this movie.
From
a screenwriter's point of view, that doesn't work because if you take his shoes off, then you don't have any reason to hold him.
Well, that's
in this one. They're treating him like Alf. Yes. They're going to capture him and dissect him and use his quills to power the planet or some new doomsday weapon.
I should probably point out that I am an unguilty diehard fan of the original Sonic cartoon and comic books. I really like them. And in those plot lines, his shoes gave him his powers that was the original Sega storyline. Because by taking away his shoes, you could have him in danger and you could have things happen to him. Otherwise, he's just Superman. He can get to any point, anywhere in the world.
Except in this one, you pointed out he's wearing what?
Nike shoes.
Yeah, so it's a sponsorship. They changed the plot for a product tie-in.
You gotta remember, this is the real world, and this has to make money.
Yeah. Now, I saw this movie before. It was called Howard the Duck.
Oh. So we're going through a forest, right?
Yeah, I hate the POV shots because they're lazy.
Yes.
It's just a camera on a steady cam going through the forest. That's boring. But then he drops into his turtle sewer here.
You know what? I actually like this. Sonic living in a forest inside of a tree and having a slide that goes down to a hut is all directly from the original Sonic Bible pitch document from 1991.
Okay.
And if you read Sonic No. 0 by the brilliant Scott Shaw, it's got a great shot where Sonic jumps in the tree and goes through the whole page. It's all lifted directly from the comic and the original cartoon, which I like. That was never in any of the games.
Now they show him here using a cassette player like he's old school or something.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't get that either. Other than he's obviously, this is stuff people have left behind in the forest.
Here's the thing is, Sonic was never... Cassette's 80s. Cassette's 85, 86. Sonic was actually one of the first video games to ever be available on CD. You could pay a premium to have Sonic on CD. They even called the game Sonic CD.
Yeah.
So Sonic was kind of at the forefront
of CD
technology and cartridges, not 8 tracks and cassettes.
So right here, we get right there, we get our first look up close of Sonic. And I have to tell you, he looks cheap.
He does look cheap.
He doesn't look real in any way.
He looks like a fast food mascot, kind of like the...
Or a cereal mascot.
Yeah.
Something that they do on the cheap, like Tony the Tiger or Toucan
like
Sam.
Something you would put in a commercial to get you to stop fast forwarding. And I think they did that on purpose. I think they made the design kind of grotesque so that you would talk about it on social media and then buy toys of it. Because this movie, you bet it was made to sell toys.
Well, there's no toy line.
There is. There's a full toy line. It was shown behind closed doors. Jakks Pacific has a whole figure line.
Because the Pokemon toys are already out.
Yes, but we're talking the difference between Nintendo versus Sega. Nintendo has always been stingy on toys. They think it devalues their company. Versus Sega, who will put Sonic on everything. Like, Sonic was the first video game character, other than Pac-Man, to be truly exploited.
Are you going to buy all this crap?
I might. I was listening to one of my favorite critics, Jim Sterling. He said, "You all can complain, but you bet when you see the blister card on the shelf and that smiling ugly face behind the plastic, I'm going to buy it and review it. And you all are. You're all going to put them on your desk."
Wow. Sonic. Yeah. He's speed. Gotta go fast. Now he's running. And he runs so fast, he knocks the power out.
Out of the wall?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Then we cut to the Pentagon where these important men are like, he knocked the power out and...
I know this is laughable, but in the actual Sonic game, Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast, Sonic does alert the U.S. president, who's a guy in a suit with a big sign above him that says the U.S. president.
Of course.
Who goes, "I must catch that hedgehog." And he sends the military after Sonic. So that's what they're doing here. And the robot designs you're going to see later in the trailer are directly from the Dreamcast game. Which
Okay, so the Army Pentagon sends this guy out, Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey.
So in the Sonic video games, in the canon, Dr. Robotnik worked for the military and was locked away for creating weapons too deadly.
Too deadly.
So they have him locked up so for when World War III breaks out, they can release him and he can design nuclear weapons.
So that's keeping
the plot.
That's here. That's all in here.
The plot. I don't know if they're going to go as far with his obsession with turning animals into robots. I'm dying to know if we're going to see that in the movie.
So he has an argument here with
I don't think this is funny.
Donovan Leitch, is that guy's name? I forget that guy's name. He was in Minority Report.
Jim Carrey doesn't really do it for me. But maybe it's because I'm from a new generation.
You don't know Jim Carrey.
I don't.
Growing up in the 90s, Jim Carrey owned the 90s. He was the most profitable movie star of the 90s. He was the only star at one point to have 3 movies out in the same year all break 100 million. No one had ever done that before. He did it with Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. Massive star. Faded away in the 2000s. He's gone away now. Now he sits at home and he paints political paintings and riles up people online because he is unhappy with the government. He is... Hey, I'm a massive Jim Carrey fan. Truman Show, Liar Liar, The Majestic. This guy has made some great movies. I think he's crazy now. I think he needs to just be quiet and relax. And I'll tell you why. I understand he has his right as an American in freedom of speech. I absolutely support that. But it's hard to see him in movies and not know that, like, when he's not Dr. Robotnik, when he's in his trailer, he's painting paintings of Donald Trump. It just seems weird to me.
I find it kind of funny and ironic, then, that he's cast as a raving lunatic.
Well, raving government lunatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the guy who was Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon. He's in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is one of the finest movies ever made about breaking up with somebody. Stellar movie.
And now he's cast.
Now he's Dennis Hopper in Super Mario Brothers as Goomba.
Yeah. It's
King
almost
Koopa.
exact the same character.
Yeah.
I do like how in the older Sonic games, Robotnik would twitch because he was a robot. He would lose limbs.
Oh yeah, he's doing that here. Are they going to reveal him to be a robot?
But I don't know, because once again, right when Sega started really taking control of Sonic and stripping out a lot of the things I liked about it, they were very clear that Robotnik was now Eggman, and he was human. You can't show him twitching. He's Eggman. He's the Eggman.
He's the Eggman.
And if this is what it's going to take, Jim Carrey being a weirdo, to bring back Robotnik being a robot, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Why
okay,
not?
let's go a little further here. Because now he's accessing like computer files.
Does he have? Is this his human lackey? Does he have, like?
We're not sure who this character is. This guy talking.
And once again, it's Snively. Yes, in the original Sonic cartoon and pitch document, Robotnik had a bumbling scientist man who was basically the one who carried out his orders, who was very cold. His talking. That was another thing they did away with, and I mean that's it right there. That's it. Right, Luna?
Yeah, that's Snively.
Because in the new games, it's the stupid Sonic Colors robots.
Yeah.
The Q-bots. I hate that
They replaced
character.
him with the robot as early as, like, the cartoon.
It was Underground that did that. Underground gave him the two stupid guys, right?
Stupid robots in the other non-Saturn one.
Oh, Adventures of Sonic. Yeah, no. Because that was Disney. Disney was going to air Sonic Sat-Am, and they had to cut out Snively because Disney said, too cold, too scary. Robotnik has to have a goofy, bumbling fool with him, or else he's too scary. But, I mean, that's Snively. That guy's cast as Snively. That's pretty amazing. I wonder what they'll call him, what his name will be.
The doctor thinks you're basic. Listen, pal, I don't know if you realize... I'm sorry, I ain't here.
He's got little microchips on his fingers, so he doesn't touch things and get electrocuted. We don't really learn anything about our human lead in this trailer.
He's a cop with a heart of gold.
Wow.
Because he captures Sonic fairly easily here,
Yeah.
and now just wants to be his friend because Sonic says he's going to save his... Actually, Sonic has a line where he's like, I'm here to save your planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's huge right there, right? This little guy living in the forest in a little hovel full of crud, all of a sudden, I'm going to save your planet.
I don't know where that fits in, because in the story of Sonic, he was a hedgehog that was being experimented with. And when the world fell apart due to nuclear destruction, Robotnik blew up the world and literally destroyed every country, Sonic was the last survivor and sort of freed the other robots, the animals, and became their friends.
Okay. But then, like, there's Plinkett on Red Letter Media is always talking about tone.
Yeah.
Movies have a tone.
This one doesn't.
No, this one definitely does not, because he has a moment where Sonic is screaming and getting tagged with a tranquilizer dart.
Yes.
And that's all funny and silly.
It's slapstick.
Classic
slapstick.
In the next scene, a harpoon goes through their car and almost kills them. It's not cartoony violence at all.
But once again, I would almost argue that's what Sonic is. Because the Sonic games tend to be very goofy until they get really serious. In Sonic Adventure, goofy animal game, Robotnik gets gunned down by a firing squad by the government. Like, the game's torn very quickly.
Wow.
I would like to point out this tank here is supposed to be a gun tank from Sonic Adventure.
So it's our first shot there of Sonic doing the Sonic swirly thing.
And then the gun tank breaks open.
Yeah.
And we have our first Badnik. I don't know. I don't think I'm a fan of it. It does look like the Badnik. And if you imagine it in purple or green, it's the Badnik.
Well, in black, it looks like the Tumbler.
Yeah.
And it pops out just like Dark Knight when the motorcycle pops out of the Tumbler.
Well, I think that's, once again, like the games. When Sonic bounces on the Badniks, they lose armor and break to smaller robots.
Okay.
Of course, the final layer is usually a chicken or a bunny. There's an animal pilot.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
So I wonder, is there going to be like a chicken in these? Is he going to break it open and it's full of like ducks? That'd be amazing.
It could be, because the control panel where they just showed Robotnik controlling this, if that's even the same scene, he's upright. He's not even in that thing.
Yeah. Are they really going to do that? I'd love to see it.
Yeah, we don't know. So now we get the MacGuffin of the movie. The bad guy's plan is to get him, neutralize it.
He's got the glasses on there.
What makes him tick? Okay, stop.
Okay.
Okay, so there's then again, it changes tone, because we go from the green, right there. We go from the green forest to suddenly Sonic is using his rings to send people through time warps or teleportation.
There does seem to be a lot of controversy over the wings being, when you throw them, they turn into a warp. That seems so stupid, to which I say, that's literally the plot of Sonic. That's from the comic books. I'm holding up a Sonic cover right now with the wings kind of being used as a portal. In the comics, the wings are powerful because when you throw them, they can create warps across the planet. So you throw them and you jump through.
Well, this scene only works in the movie if we see him use it earlier. So I'm hoping that's the case.
Well, I'm guessing it's kind of going to pull a He-Man, where it opens up with 2 seconds of Sonic in Sonic World, and then they throw a wing. I'm guessing Sonic does something bad or gets framed for something, and some hedgehog minister is like, in order to redeem yourself, we will cast you onto Earth, and they throw him in a warp wing to Earth.
So it's Thor.
Yeah, that's what I think it's going to be.
The woman next to James Marsden in this horrible shot.
It looks like a bad Photoshop. I mean,
She's the woman next to him in the elevator.
Is that our lead?
Yeah, she's the female lead.
Sonic does not have a female lead. It swaps female leads every game, so...
No, it has anthropomorphized animals with breasts.
It does, yes. And I guess they're too scared of audiences, right, with that?
All right, we're running out of time here, so let's go through here. Every hero has a genesis is great. We're in the desert. We're having a big fight. Now, this is the climax of the movie, it looks like.
Yeah.
Pause it there. Robotnik has got him cornered on a building. He shoots 1 million missiles at him. And then the movie turns into X-Men Age of Apocalypse, where everything slows down to show you how fast he's going.
Yeah, I hate that effect in movies.
Well, it's been done.
Yeah.
And it's been done in the X-Men movies almost perfectly.
But DC did it, so I can't Sega.
Oh yeah, everybody can do it. There's no law that says you can't, but it better make sense.
Sonic plays the drums on the bad guys, which is actually shot for shot from the cartoon, from the opening.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
And the little iRobots here that are targeting him, like, those are exact. Those are from Sonic Adventure. Luna, those are the eyeballs that follow you around that you jump on. Those actually look pretty good. That's a pretty faithful. They even open up with the full little flaps.
And then we get the logo, Sonic the Hedgehog. And
then
now we get
the complete stinker joke.
This is, first off, this scene's not funny. Second off, putting him in a bag is directly taken from Howard the Duck.
Yes.
She brings Howard in a bag to the museum to find out where he comes from.
We have this wide shot here with so much diversity, it could make a great college pamphlet.
It looks like the United Colors of Benetton. Asian woman, black woman, white guy, and ginger.
I just imagine some guy in a chair smoking a cigar saying, okay, we need from left to right, we need an Asian woman, a black woman, we need a white guy, we need a ginger guy. Like, so processed, so put together.
It's just so calculated is what it is. I don't have a problem. Just cast anybody. I don't care who it is as long as they're good in the movie. Here's the crime. The crime is that woman in the middle is obviously a big part of the movie, and they give her nothing in this trailer.
I don't know who she is. Nothing about her.
She doesn't have something to do with the cartoon or the comic.
Here.
I mean, yes, it's a child.
No, she's not anyone.
So, pause it. The joke here is they think he's some sort of child molester? Like, is that funny?
Is that even funny to the audience?
No, there's no funny here.
No.
Zero.
No.
This is filler dialogue, but this is the stinger to your trailer.
For a movie aimed at 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Not your child.
I'm going to skip here.
And then it ends with...
Sandwich.
There you go.
He's putting the goggles on.
The money shot at the end is Dr. Robotnik without hair, with the giant red mustache, putting his goggles on and looking just like, not as close to the video game as they can get.
Like, he's in the red jumpsuit. It's almost verbatim. But we know that's the last 5 seconds of the movie. There's one shot here, Luna. Can you tell what the last shot is? Is it the grill of a truck? Are they trying to pull that?
Yeah, it's the grill of a truck.
It's the grill, okay.
Yeah.
Which is another symbol to get those Sonic fans money.
Yeah.
Because that's the opening of Sonic Adventure is the grill of a truck.
Well, what kind of review do you give this trailer? You're going to go see it.
I don't hate it.
You don't hate it.
Also, in the final shot where he's putting on his goggles, why are they on Zen?
They're on a mushroom planet. I don't know. Mushrooms never appear.
Isn't that where Ayla Secura died? Or
I don't know what I'm looking at. There's a Sonic website I follow that claims that's the after the credits scene.
The weird part is you're the hardcore Sonic fan, and you don't know what you're looking at. That's already a problem.
Yes. This could have been a lot worse than it was. I was expecting it to open with Robotnik being kind of like the bowler hat man from Meet the Robinsons, a scientist nobody likes. He finds a hedgehog, and he's like, I'm going to experiment on this. Nobody will understand your inventions, Robotnik.
But they could do that in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
But, like, I was expecting literally nothing. No wings, no Green Hill Zone. It's surprisingly faithful.
Well, you have to have some fan service, so there's no reason to make it.
You'd be surprised at how many of the Sonic games don't contain elements of Sonic. This is more Sonic the Hedgehog than the last Sonic game that came out. I kid you not. Like, it has the spirit of the series that was kind of lost about 15 years ago. So, does it look cheesy? Yes. But Sonic is a cheesy franchise. What are you expecting?
Okay,
from
well,
a
I can't wait.
Hedgehog?
I can't wait for your full movie review. When does it come out?
November?
Oh, it's not even a summer release?
Yeah, November. Hey, it's the first movie I've seen a trailer for that I've went, yeah, I think I'll see that this year.
Okay, well, there it is.
There it is.
November.
It's not awful.
Sonic the Hedgehog. That's why there's no
not?
toys yet.
Yeah. We'll see him soon.
All right, well, thanks for this mini episode, Austin.
I'll be back with a full review.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. By Gramthar's Hammer. We'll be back with another episode. Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. So say we all. Hey, hey, hey.
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?